Auth the Cuff. Auth the Cuff.
Auth the
Auth.
Cuff.
Got it. Who came up with that?
Somebody who didn't have to do this.
I got it.
That's for sure.
We talk everything utilization management, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and what EviCore is doing about it.
Prior authorization is tough. It's tough on their providers, it's burdensome, and does EviCore realize that? And, the answer is a resounding yes. We get it, we hear you, and we've made some investments as an organization to get better with prior auth.
It's not just about, that the fact that a CT scan may be good for a headache, or it may be good for abdominal pain, but there's a lot of other tests that may actually be better.
We get so hung up on denials. That's our value proposition. That's what the providers get upset about, and that's what the patients get really confused about, right? And so if we really are focusing on something is inappropriate for you, I wouldn't want imaging that isn't right for me in that moment.
We tend to be probably the most tested population that has ever existed, right? But that testing comes at a cost, and it's not just the cost of the test.
Best practice is really the best way of taking care of patients. It's evidence-based medicine, and we emphasize the need to work with EviCore as a partner, as a way of seeking out what is the best practice.
So it's really about making sure the patient gets everything he needs, not less than he needs, but not more than he needs either, right?
All of the nurses have the EviCore guidelines up, and that is the majority of my 10-hour shift is spent reviewing the EviCore guidelines. They have everything we need for what we're looking for in, clinical documentation.
We get a lot of requests that come in, and I think the biggest issue that we have is not getting the right information the first time.
It's no real big trick to figure out what's missing in submission for the authorization, provide the information, get an authorization. It didn't have to go to a doctor.
We do have some issues sometimes, getting the information to make that decision. And I think that's where the, IntelliPath process and all is going to, revolutionize, the way we get the information and our ability to make those decisions accurately and expediently.
One of the kind of key tenets when we look at product development is this idea of fall in love with the problem, not the solution.
And our goal is to, where we can, based on that initial information coming to us, try to get out of the way, as much as possible in what we're calling touchless prior authorizations.
It really benefits the patients in the end. And I think that's all we're trying to do is maximize the mission in improving healthcare.
I think the team you put together, the process you put together, the investment you all have made, and the fact that you feel that was worthwhile, that there is a return on that investment, I think is really important and great to see and great to hear.